Welcome to Buzzline. Breaking tonight, NATO's emergency meeting in Brussels as Ukraine peace talks hit a wall. Secretary General Mark Rutte delivers a blistering warning to Moscow. Watch this.
We face real and lasting dangers. Russia continues to test our deterrence. Russia has violated our airspace with jets and drones, conducted sabotage and sent spy ships into our waters. These actions are reckless and they are dangerous. And it's not Russia alone. It is working closely with China, North Korea and Iran to attempt to disrupt our societies and tear up the global rules. They are preparing for long-term confrontation. And we are responding with strength, unity and resolve. European allies and Canada are really stepping up defense investments, and that's good. But we cannot afford to rest on our laurels. We all need to pull our weight and fast. We need to develop and buy core capabilities for our defense and invest in industry, in infrastructure and innovation to stimulate production and boost resilience. We also need to support Ukraine more. Russian missiles keep causing death and destruction. And winter is here. Ukraine needs our support more than ever. We all want the bloodshed to stop, and I strongly welcome President Trump's continued efforts to end this war. Meanwhile, we must accelerate our contributions to Pearl to get urgently needed equipment to Ukraine so that it can defend itself today and prevent aggression in the future.
Rutte says Russia's playing the long game, with China and Iran backing them. But here's the tension. European allies feel completely sidelined, while US-Russia negotiations dominate. Meanwhile, winter warfare intensifies in Ukraine.
We have seen in recent days President Trump and the US pursue a just and lasting peace for Ukraine and for the Ukrainian people, and for President Zelensky to pursue their willingness for a ceasefire and for a just and lasting peace for Ukraine. But instead, what we have seen is President Putin simply seek to escalate war, and we've seen over the weekend the continuing strikes, the heavy strikes that have led to power being switched off for hundreds of thousands of people. And that is why today I'm announcing the UK's additional £10 million to support energy infrastructure repairs in Ukraine, because whilst President Putin is seeking to switch the lights off and plunge Ukraine into darkness, we will continue to work to switch the lights back on. And we will continue to show our support for the Ukrainian people, for the sovereignty of Ukraine, and for a just and lasting peace with the security of Europe and the security of NATO at its heart. Thank you.
Britain just dropped £10 million to keep Ukraine's lights on after Putin's brutal energy attacks. But experts warn, no breakthrough in Moscow talks. Ukraine refuses to surrender territory, and without frozen Russian assets released soon, Kyiv faces financial collapse by February. The reality? Peace hopes are fading fast. Putin holds the cards while Ukraine desperately needs weapons and security guarantees. At Buzzline, we're tracking every move in this high-stakes geopolitical chess match. Stay with us. This story is far from over. We are Buzzline, where news moves at the speed of now.